small bedroom, and when I lived on the farm where we lived, we had a real pantry.
Oh my God, Maureen, this is gorgeous.
And it was filled with shelves, and it went right into the basement where we could store our food. Houses don't have real pantries like walk-in where you keep everything. And I wanted a real pantry to put all the canned goods and, you know, our boxed goods and stuff. And we did a lot of tomato juice and pickles, and I did fermented pickles that I keep in the refrigerator. We do have a little basement here, but it's hard to get down into the steps. It has a dirt cellar floor, or dirt floor. So yeah,
this stuff is so beautiful. Look at that. What is that right there?
Those are mixed pickled vegetables.
Oh my God, those are beautiful.
Next to those are a curried cauliflower with a bay leaf in the front.
Look at how beautiful those jars are, friends.
And there's pickled beets.
Yeah.
And
oh, yum. She gave me some.
Yeah, Renee's going to try the Riesling pickled beets with a little bit of Riesling wine in them. And then some 14-day sweet chunk pickles. Takes 14 days to make them, and we'll do a film on these one day when it comes time to do pickles. And then fresh Welch's grape juice, jelly. Yeah. Then we have chow chow, and we have corn relish.
Oh yeah, look at all
lots of jams, wild apple butter, and all of our
my gosh,
our applesauce. We ate that from last year, but.
And all the dried stuff. Look at all her
we have lots
stuff.
of dried.
She's like me. We're a lot. Let me say that again. We're a lot alike.
Yeah, we have a lot of.
We like to do the same things.
Ketchup and soup, tomato soup. You know, there's just my husband and I now, and my sister lives with us, and we try to eat from our pantry as much as possible. We did a green beans and.
I did green beans and potatoes.
Oh.
Did you ever do that?
But I love them cooked together.
I did. Yeah. I canned green beans and potatoes with a little bit of onion soup mixed flavor. Oh my gosh, were they good?
Yeah, I did.
And I had. She makes homemade ketchup. Oh, and you gave me a little jar. That was the best stuff.
I made ketchup this year. Actually, what it was from tomatoes from the previous fall I needed to use up. So I made homemade ketchup.
That's beautiful.
And you know, you don't have all that added sugar and additives and stuff.
All the chemicals.
All the chemicals. That I don't cook it on top of the stove. I have a small cooker, a roaster that I roasted in that on the. I set it on the counter, and then you can cook it for hours and it never burns, and it just makes the best ketchup. And we did a Mexican tomatoes, you know, for chili or Spanish rice. Then I have Italian ones and lots of tomato juice. Like I said, these are regular canned pickles, but I have the fermented ones in the refrigerator. And green beans. I have beets and corn.
And the dried mushrooms.
Yep,
Those are gorgeous. I dry mine too. I love it.
I know Renee showed. I have a dryer I bought at a yard sale. So, yeah, I love canning. I have canned. My husband and I have been married for 54 years, and I've canned all of those years something. And some years I have 800 quarts in the pantry. Not here, but at our farm. So yeah, I like canning, and he has always helped me. The preparation work, washing the jars.
I like that jar. Yeah, and I like that. I don't mean to interrupt. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I like that jar of beans up there. It's beautiful.
Yeah, we did get some fruit. These are from all the apples in our yard. I have some heirloom apple trees. This is raspberry applesauce.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Oh, is it ever good? It's just.
Oh my gosh, that's beautiful.
This over here, Renee gave me almost a bushel of apples from her friend, and of course it doesn't have sugar, And I love it chunky, so I leave it chunky.
Those apples that I gave you were so sweet. You didn't need to add sugar
I know.
to them.
Those,
They're just beautiful.
Some
They're
like
the ones
that.
down there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
let me
these,
see.
we did plums.
Maybe somebody could identify them. I don't know what kind they are.
They're either maybe a gala at this time of the year.
But they are gorgeous.
And I did pears, and I still have to make some mincemeat, but I don't use meat. I use all vegetables. All fruit, raisins. So yeah, we love our fruits in the winter because it's so expensive for fresh fruit.
And you got dried fruit up there?
Then I have my dried fruits, and I'll show you my one thing I love the most is my baking cupboard.
Oh my goodness.
This has all my sweet spices here, cinnamon, all that type of stuff.
Oh, look at
baking.
all that. That's some baking staples, definitely.
Yeah, and of course I make our baked beans all from scratch. I soak the beans overnight, and you folks probably do that too.
Yep, that's what I did a video on that, and I got a real good recipe from another gal I know, Homestead Tessie. It was an Amish recipe. Oh my gosh, are they to die for?
Yeah, I like to use the molasses and the mustard.
Yep,
and
that's what this one was.
And
a little bacon and
bacon,
ketchup.
Yeah,
all that.
I love the smell of this cupboard. If you open it and the cinnamon comes out, and it just makes you feel good.
Lovely. Beautiful. I love that shelf. That's neat. Yeah. And look at this pretty stuff.
Yeah, those are mustard pickles, and it's a mustard sauce, and they're canned in the water bath. There's carrots, pickles, garlic.
That looks so pretty.
These are our dilled green beans from the garden.
The dilly beans, those are good too.
We just raised food around our yard in raised beds, and of course we love this type of stuff. Mm-hmm. We have pickled asparagus, and this recipe here is a sweet yellow squash relish. Oh, it's delicious. It has rosemary. It's so good. And then I made pickles, but of course we ate them all already. So, and then this is the three-bean salad that I canned.
Oh, that's
it's wonderful. And I love making it fresh too, but
those are always good added on the table at dinner.
They are. We love having a pickle of some sort on our dinner table every evening.
Yep.
This is the zucchini relish. This is the sweet relish here. Yeah, it's one of my friends came last year to make zucchini relish. She wanted to make zucchini relish like her mother did. So I get the old hand grinder out on the table outside, and she's looking at it like, can't we use the food processor? I said, no, you have to experience what it's like to make like our mothers and grandmothers did.
Yeah,
so she's grinding away. Pretty soon she goes, really? I don't think I can do this anymore. But I made her finish it, and it's zucchini relish. It's very good.
Oh, boy.
I laughed because, she wanted to use the food processor. Mm-hmm. And I have to tell you what, since then I have used the food processor to make it quick, and it's not too bad. It's not too bad.
I just got I bought one of those big food mills.
Oh, yeah.
When I did tomatoes, and I had hurt my shoulder, so I couldn't grind. I couldn't run it with my arm. I went and bought a motor, and I think the motor was more expensive than the mill itself.
Yeah.
It's like, Lord have mercy.
Did you get pictures of the iron skillets?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I think I got pictures of everything.
My one's in the bottom of the stove.
Yep. And then you got some more over there.
I have to play scavenger hunt when my husband does the dishes.
She's even got up there. I'm going to zoom in on it. Yeah. She's even got a beautiful old-fashioned tea kettle, cast iron tea kettle.
I cooked on my wood cook stove for years at the farm, and I have the waffle maker and the iron tea kettle and all the stuff that you use on a wood stove. So, yeah, I like all this old stuff.
This is definitely a working pantry.
I've used that cherry pitter, pitting cherries a few times, so.
Yep, that's up there.
Yeah. Yeah, the pantry, now next summer, I always say I'm not going to can anymore, and then it's in my blood.
You're addicted. Once you start canning, you can't stop.
Yeah, and each thing you can, you want to make sure it's perfect for your family.
I know.
I mean, you can go to the store and buy a 50-cent can, of fruit or green beans. But there's nothing like sitting and snipping a bushel of green beans and talking and then canning them.
I know.
And when you open it in the wintertime, you think, oh, I remember that day we snipped those green beans and how sunny it was.
Or shucked the peas.
Shucked the peas or,
Took the corn off the cob,
Or peeled 2 bushels of apples. Yeah.
Oh, Maureen, thank Miss Mo. I have to call you Miss Mo because thank you so much.
It's been so much fun, and I really appreciate doing this because it's the love of my heart, I guess. Is when you see what you can do with your own hands and not relying on people, but yet with friends to do and help,
Yeah.
That's what I said earlier. I admire the Amish so much and the Mennonites because they help each other through everything, thick and thin, no matter what. They're there for each other.
Yep, it's fantastic.
And I have neighbors like that.
Yep.
It's just amazing.
My mother is her neighbor too.
Yeah.
And they're quite close.
Yes.
They're like sisters.
Yep. Probably even closer.
That's why she said, well, you're somewhat my neighbor because my mother lives there and I'm there quite a bit.
Yeah.
But I come to Miss Mo's pantry and I come here today and while she was outside with her other sister, I was in here checking out her pantry. And I said, when she walked in the door, I said, well, you know where I am. And then Miss Mo comes to my house and she looks through all my pantry and yeah, we got good working pantries,
Yes.
and we stock them on a budget.
Yeah, we do. My husband and I gather wild apples. Renee brought me the walnuts, of course, and I'm getting those dried. So come wintertime, we'll be able to crack walnuts for cookies. Anything I can get, or if anybody has extras, I will get it and I will can it, no matter what it is. Even if I say, I don't want to do one more jar, I will do it. Because I cannot stand anything going to waste.
Right. And you know what, Mo? When you go to the store, I bet you're probably a lot like me. You can go to a store simply for the sale items.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It's not like when you go grocery shopping, it's
Yeah.
not like you have to have that stuff.
No.
You're not, I go without a list because I'm only going to see what's on sale.
Right. And I don't care if it looks perfect. Everybody has to have this perfect little piece of food. When you're raising your own food, it's not perfect. And you just, you eat what you have. And you don't want to eat spoiled food, of course, or anything. But
did you ever see the little thing they have at Meijer, the ugly fruit?
Oh, yeah.
I buy it all the time.
Uh-huh.
It's not the prettiest, but you know what? It's good.
Yeah, yeah.
It's good, and it's a lot cheaper.
Oh, yeah, like if you buy bananas that have brown spots, you make bread or muffins, that type of stuff. And that's how you learn to live within your budget. I have cooked from scratch for years, and it's cheaper to buy a 50-pound bag of flour, and I don't make bread as much as I used to, or cookies, but to make your bread and muffins and stuff, and it's fun.
I make bread and it's gone the next day.
Oh, yes. Of course, you got to slather fresh bread from the oven
my God,
with butter.
Do you remember Dave Osborne?
Who?
Dave Osborne.
Oh, yeah.
I was baking bread when we had the Coatmish days down here for the bake sale. And I had the mini loaves of bread. And I turned around, I pulled them all out of the oven, about 5, 6 of them. I turned around to put the other ones in, and I turned back around, and there was 2 loaves missing. And he's got them all slathered with butter, eating them right out of the oven.
Yeah.
Yep. They don't last long.
Yeah.
But that's good. But anyway, thank you. And I hope you guys enjoyed this tour, because this is nice.
Did you show them a picture of the old antique wood cook stove out there?
Oh, no, I will. I'll
got
take a
enough?
picture of it.
Okay.
Okay, friends, we'll say goodbye.
Bye now. Thanks for letting me in your lives.
Aw.